Hello guys, this is Real Recaps. In this video, I will talk about a 2024 French action thriller film, Elyas. Before we start, I hope you will like and subscribe to the channel. The story begins by introducing Elyas, a man currently living in a modest apartment. Once a top operative in France's elite special forces, Elyas was renowned for his skills and bravery. However, his life took a tragic turn during his final mission in Afghanistan. In a devastating ambush, his entire unit was annihilated, leaving Elyas as the sole survivor. This traumatic event haunted him, leading him to leave the military. Since then, he has struggled to cope with the emotional scars and has remained unemployed. One evening, Elyas decides to meet his friend Hector at a local bar. Upon his arrival, Hector greets him warmly. Hector, who runs a security business, has a proposition for Elyas. He reveals that a wealthy family from Dubai, currently vacationing in France, has rented a luxurious villa for a month. They are seeking an additional bodyguard to protect their young daughter. Hector emphasizes the lucrative pay and strongly encourages Elyas to take the job. Despite the tempting offer, Elyas declines and leaves the bar. The following morning, Elyas returns to his apartment only to find his landlord waiting inside. The landlord is visibly upset, demanding payment for the rent, which Elyas hasn't paid for 3 months. Feeling the pressure of his financial struggles, Elyas promises to settle the overdue amount by the next month, asking for more time. Overwhelmed by his situation, Elyas reconsiders Hector's offer and eventually decides to accept it. Hector provides more details about the job. Elyas is to act as the personal bodyguard for the daughter of the wealthy Dubai family. Hector also gives Elyas a phone, instructing him to report any issues immediately during his assignment. Shortly afterward, Elyas arrives at the opulent villa rented by the family and begins his new role. Before starting, Elyas attends a security briefing alongside 3 other bodyguards. The team is led by a man named Jamal, who is revealed to be a member of the Dubai family. Jamal explains the security protocols and emphasizes the critical importance of their roles. During the meeting, Amina, Jamal's sister, enters the room. A moment later, her daughter, Now, also joins them. Jamal informs Elyas that his primary responsibility is to protect Amina and Now. Elyas learns that Amina is the 6th wife of one of Dubai's wealthiest oil magnates, often referred to as the oil boss. Now, their daughter, is at the center of this protective operation. Jamal stresses that no harm must come to them during their vacation. Elyas acknowledges his responsibilities and is soon escorted to his dormitory by another bodyguard. An hour later, Elyas dons the official bodyguard uniform, similar to the other team members. His first task is to monitor Amina at the swimming pool while she swims. Once she finishes, Amina asks Elyas to accompany Now to lunch. However, Now appears uncomfortable with his presence, expressing her dislike for having a bodyguard. She excuses herself, heading outside to feed her pet dog. In the afternoon, while Elyas is at the villa gate receiving a package, Now seizes the opportunity to sneak out on her bicycle. Noticing her escape, Elyas quickly gives chase. The situation escalates when 2 men on motorcycles block the path. Sensing danger, Elyas instinctively reaches for his weapon, prepared for the worst. However, the men only glare at Now before leaving abruptly. During this brief encounter, Elyas notices that one of the men has a diamond-shaped tattoo on his hand. Realizing the potential threat, Elyas immediately brings Now back inside, suspecting a kidnapping attempt. Later, Jamal convenes a meeting with Elyas and the other bodyguards. He reprimands Elyas, accusing him of allowing Now to go outside. Elyas tries to explain that Now had escaped on her own, but Jamal refuses to believe him. He sternly warns Elyas to ensure that such incidents do not happen again. That night, Elyas finds Now stargazing with her telescope. He suggests she go to bed since it is late, but Now refuses, explaining that she hasn't yet captured a good photo of the stars. She then apologizes for causing trouble earlier, acknowledging that her actions led to Elyas being scolded by her uncle. Elyas dismisses her apology, reassuring her that it is part of his job. This conversation sparks a connection between the two, and they bond over their shared interest in the night sky. The next day, Amina and Jamal have an intense argument. Amina expresses her desire to go shopping with Now like ordinary people. Jamal, however, forbids it, citing the potential danger. Now joins the argument, accusing Jamal of treating them like prisoners. Jamal tries to explain the risks, but Amina and Now persist. Eventually, he relents, allowing them to go out under the condition that Elyas accompanies them. During the outing, Now is overjoyed by the sights outside the car window. Deep down, she longs for a life of freedom, far from the restrictions imposed by her uncle. After completing their shopping, they return to the car. Elyas, concerned about potential threats, wastes no time driving them back to the villa. At a red light, Elyas notices a motorcycle pull up beside their car. The rider has the same diamond tattoo as the man from the previous day. Alarmed, Elyas accelerates, leading to a high-speed chase. During the pursuit, Amina inadvertently reveals that they have been found. Elyas skillfully evades the pursuers and brings Amina and Now back to the villa safely. Back at the villa, Elyas confronts Now, suspecting the family is hiding something. Now eventually confesses the truth. She and her mother are not in France for a vacation but are fleeing her stepfather, the oil boss. Now reveals that her stepfather initially treated her kindly but later arranged her marriage to a 50-year-old associate. Jamal had orchestrated their escape from Dubai. Elyas concludes that the pursuers are agents sent by the oil boss. Shortly after, chaos erupts when a sniper kills Jamal, and the villa is stormed by the oil boss's forces. Amid the attack, Elyas fights back with unmatched ferocity, taking down intruders. He finds Amina hiding in a closet and secures her in a car. Rushing to the pool, Elyas discovers Now gagged and about to be taken by the attackers. Using his military skills, Elyas eliminates the henchmen and escapes with Amina and Now in another car. They are pursued by a black vehicle, but Elyas manages to outmaneuver it. To avoid further detection, he abandons the car and leads them onto a bus. Eventually, the trio arrives at a rundown neighborhood, seeking refuge in the home of Megan, Elyas's foster sister. Megan welcomes them with open arms, providing a safe haven as they plan their next steps. Megan's friend tends to Elyas' wounds while Amina shows her gratitude by giving Megan 2 rare diamonds. Megan accepts, understanding the gravity of their situation. The next morning, Megan wakes Elyas urgently, showing him a news broadcast that accuses him of being a fugitive. The report claims he killed Jamal and his bodyguards and abducted Amina and Now, the wife and daughter of the Dubai oil magnate. Realizing this was a setup orchestrated by the oil boss, Elyas decides to confront Hector, the person who initially recommended the job. When Elyas finds Hector, he restrains him, suspecting betrayal. However, Hector denies any involvement and seems equally shocked by the allegations. To prove Elyas' innocence, Hector suggests they check the CCTV footage from the villa. On arrival, they discover the villa has been restored to pristine condition, erasing any evidence of the attack. Reviewing the CCTV footage, they find doctored evidence showing Elyas attacking the bodyguards and abducting the women. Elyas insists the footage is fake, and after careful analysis, Hector uncovers a small, unaltered segment showing dog biting an attacker's arm. This confirms the footage was altered, and Hector believes Elyas. Elyas and Hector then seek Durante, the associate who recommended Elyas for the job. Under pressure, Durante confesses to tampering with the footage under orders from the oil boss. Enraged, Elyas executes Durante, determined to protect Amina and Now. The next day, Elyas and Hector discuss their next steps with Amina and Now. Amina reveals her plan to escape to England to seek refuge with relatives but lacks a safe route. Hector suggests they travel hidden in a cargo container. On the way to the container site, Amina requests a stop at a diner. There, Elyas notices a suspicious man entering a van and discovers a group of armed men inside. Elyas eliminates the men and realizes they are the oil boss's henchmen. Concerned, he rushes the group to the container site. Amina and Now board the container with other immigrants, and Elyas, now also a fugitive, decides to join them. During the journey, the truck stops abruptly, and armed men loyal to the oil boss open fire. In the chaos, Nour is captured, and Amina is killed. Elyas narrowly survives by playing dead among the bodies. Heartbroken and enraged, he escapes the scene just before the container explodes. Meanwhile, the oil boss's men interrogate Hector, who reveals Elyas' skills and determination before they kill him. Elyas, unaware of Hector's fate, seeks help from a former military comrade, a pilot. With the pilot's assistance, Elyas plans to infiltrate the oil boss's Dubai skyscraper to rescue Nour. The pilot agrees out of gratitude for a past debt. Elyas parachutes onto the rooftop of the skyscraper, eliminating guards as he moves through the building. He finds Nour in a locked room, and they embrace. As they attempt to escape, an alarm triggers, and dozens of guards confront them. Elyas, an elite soldier, fights through the guards, but they are ambushed before reaching the rooftop. Nour courageously stabs an attacker, allowing Elyas to finish him off. Nour leads Elyas to a secret elevator that passes through the oil boss's suite. Elyas, consumed with anger, wants to confront the oil boss, but Nour pleads with him to prioritize their escape. Reluctantly, Elyas agrees, and they reach the rooftop, using a parachute to escape. 2 days later, Elyas and Nour arrive at a remote village in Morocco, where Elyas' aunt lives. She welcomes them warmly and offers them a place to stay. Elyas decides to settle down and raise Nour as his own daughter. Over time, Nour starts attending a local school, finding joy in a simple, free life far removed from her previous existence. Elyas vows to protect Nour and provide her with the life she deserves. The end. Thanks for watching.